Hi everyone, it's Adriana here for Couture Creations, and today I'm product featuring the 12 by 12 scoring board from Couture Creations. This is a fantastic tool that you can create your own envelopes and also boxed envelopes and also boxes with lids, and all your scoring needs are all in this fantastic tool. It's a 12 by 12 inches. It comes with a chart sheet to make envelopes and envelope boxes and also boxes, plus a bone folder to score. So let's create envelope boxes. Now you might be like me, I sometimes make cards that have got a bit of a 3D effect, or maybe you make multiple cards and you want to send them off in a gift box or an envelope. So I'm going to show you how. I've had a few requests on how to use the 12 by 12 scoring board from Couture Creations to create this unique envelope box, which gives you the ability to hold a couple more cards in there, or also creating an envelope that houses a card that has a 3D element to it. So this one here, card here, 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. So I'm using the instruction and scoreboard toolkit that comes with the scoreboard. You need this to help you to score the lines for all your elements for scoring these type of projects. So I'm looking at my chart here, and I'm going to go for the 5.5 by 5.125 size box envelope, and it's a three quarters of an inch in depth. So I'm now going to show you how to score the lines. This piece of paper needs to be 10 by 10 inches according to the measurement chart. This chart has inches on the side here. This is what you're going to guide the paper to do your score lines. And then there's also a little part here that says score, and a little triangle that sticks out. You stick the paper underneath that little triangle up against this edge, and the two measurements that I have here that I need to line up the paper here is at 6 inches. So you make sure that your paper is straight, line it up at 6 inches, and then score down straight. The next score line is 5 inches, so I'm moving the paper up to the edge there of the 5 inches and then scoring the line down like that. So I have two score lines, an inner and an outer, and they're your base score lines to begin with. And now from those we're going to do a little bit different. So you're not going to be doing the same thing again because it won't work out. You need to ensure that you line up, and I think I'm going to zoom the camera here now to show you exactly, and hope that you can see this really well. See the little triangle edge there? We need to score, we need to place that edge there up against the first score line. So with that edge of that little triangle, as you can see how there's a little triangle, that little edge there, that one there, needs to be lined up with your first score line underneath, ensuring that your paper is nice and straight. And then where it says score, you are going to use your bone folder and score straight down. You scored 2 lines to begin with. We're going to move that up to the second score line, again making sure that's up against that score line. The paper is up against the edge there, nice and straight, and score down again. So you have 2 more score lines. Turn it around again and clockwise, and then again you've got the score line there. We're going to line the paper up against the edge and score down again. So it's really important that you initially do your first score line with what's indicated on that chart, that's on the template, and then you turn around and you do the scoring from each score line up against that edge of that triangle to get the next score line, ensuring your paper's nice and straight and your bone folder just score down. So you would have 2 lines on each sort of triangle of this piece of square paper. So you can use your bone folder to highlight those score lines and give a nice beautiful crease. And also the next step is you just need to get some pair of scissors, And I think I'll just zoom out to show you the next step. Just getting a pair of scissors and cutting out the little triangles. There's 2 triangles on each corner. You're going to cut those out with your scissors. This will ensure that you have the edges to fold in your sides to make the unique envelope box. Again, you'll be doing this with envelopes. You need to cut out the little triangle. But with the boxes here, you have 2 little triangles on each edge. Once that's done, you can fold down the score lines with your bone folder to make it really nice and creases. It creases beautifully with the bone folder. Then your next step is just to cut 2 little slits. You only do 4 slits, 2 on each end, to help you with the flaps of cutting and sort of folding the box envelope. So you just cut a little slit on either end of the box, and you cut just up until the second score line. And there you have it. You just use some glue to glue it down, and that's your unique box for your 3D card, or if you want to create a couple of cards and you want to give it as a gift. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create envelopes. Now this is really easy. This is just a normal 6C card. It's a 4x6 inch card. The best thing about using this scoring tool is you can use any cardstock. I'm using some paper cardstock from the Australian Natural Beauties collection from Couture Creations, and here you have the measurements for your 4x6 card, and I've cut the paper to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 as the instruction says, and telling me to line up the paper up against the edge at 3 3/8, turn it around and score that down. Then up against the edge I'm going to place the edge of that score line up against that triangle, right angle triangle, and score around all the other 3 edges. So your first score line is using the template up against the edge, and the other 3 score lines is using that corner edge to line up with the score line and just scoring it down. That will ensure you a nice straight edge and also the right measurement that you want for your envelope or your boxes or your box envelopes. Once that is done, you can score down the lines with your bone folder. This is a really great way of using cardstock that matches up with your envelopes if you feel like you want to make an envelope that matches beautifully with your card. The other thing too is, yes, you've got to cut your little triangle out. So on all 4 edges there, you've got to cut that little triangle. The other thing you can use is a rounded punch for your corner punch, and we do have one here. I'm using the corner rounded punch here just to create a bit of roundness on the edges of those flaps. So there you go, you can use it as that way there, glue it down, perfect for a nice card. This is the corner punch that I was telling you about. You just do the edges there to give it a nice rounded edge. Couture Creations sell these rounded punch. And also, just a little thing is, you don't have to use it as a normal envelope. You can use it sideways. So you can use it so the top flap, so you can have the card coming out at the edges like that. So that's another great way of using these envelopes, because you can make them any way you want to open them. So that's just another way of using the 12x12 scoring board from Couture Creations. I'll just glue those flaps down, and then I can decorate the front of that envelope that matches my card. I'll also have another link of how to create gift boxes with lids using cardstock and this 12x12 scoring board. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you like this video, please give a big like. Leave any comments below in the section below, and if you'd like to see more of Couture Creations products, please visit couturecreations.com.au. Happy crafting. Bye for now.